What up, AJ?
What's happening? What's happening, Toad?
Toad. Yeah, you almost called me Sid, motherfucker.
I'm calling you Toad.
What are we drinking today? Peroni?
I mean, it looks like Peroni.
Peroni.
I had you pick it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Looks like it's from the brewery is established in 1846. I can tell by the smell. I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to taste a little like Heineken.
It's Italian beer. I don't know.
Italiana.
Yeah, we should have done more research about this beer before we just went and grabbed a random. No, it's more fun that way.
Yeah, you don't want to do research.
Yeah, just grab a random sixer. That's what we did. You ready for this? Let's taste this.
I'm a little dubious.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, tink it and drink it, bud. Oh,
Tink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that taste to it.
Kind of like, reminds me of Stella Artois.
Yeah, that's that Italian.
Yeah. Green bottle beer.
There you go. There's a good way to describe it.
It's like
one of those green bottle beers.
I mean, if you feel really fancy drinking it for some reason.
Do you?
I don't know. I feel like I need to be eating lasagna or something with it.
Lasagna. Or maybe some salami and cheese with some crackers. Nom, 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 nom.
That's good stuff, though.
The salami, cheese, and crackers?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
You can't lose.
My fat boy days, I would just go to Walmart and get one of those big platters. Just have to roll out of bed the next morning. I was so fucking fat. And yeah.
Oh, man.
It ain't bad, though.
No. This is all right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I could probably down that whole 6-pack, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, it says quality superior. I'm assuming that means quality superior or superior quality. It's funny how different languages put the verbs and shit different. Different order.
You ever think, like, if you go to Italy, though, and you, like, drink this beer, like, you love this beer here in America, and let's say you vacation in Italy, and they're like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the equivalent to. Was that French? That'd be a Frenchman thing to do.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what they do, but they'd just be like their Bud Light or something. I always think about stuff like that.
Yeah, like when you go down to Cancun, right? You just went not that long ago. The beers that we like, they're like, what? That's not good Mexican beer.
Yeah, because Corona to them's piss. Like they're just like Corona, like it's whatever. That's their form of Bud Light. Like you go into a bar and it's almost like when I see a grown man that's like 34 years old order a Bud Light at the bar, it bugs me.
Yeah, it's just not good. I mean, it gives me a headache too. I'm like 3 or 4 in, and I get that Anheuser headache, man.
That's what I call it as well, as the Anheuser headache.
But Natty, I can sit there and drink Natty
that's
all
weird.
night long,
Yeah.
no problem.
Well, I like to have it out of the cooler though. Out of the cooler Natty, oh my goodness.
You mean ice cold?
Ice
just
cold
sitting in
on a float trip?
Yeah.
Going down the river? Oh my God.
Well, I think all beer just ice cold though, man. That's where it's at.
That's very true. Well, there's some beers that you're not supposed to have cold.
Is that right?
They serve them room temperature. I got one at home that I picked up. I went to a wedding last week, and they just kind of gave me a bunch of stuff. They're like, here, we're not going to drink this. You probably will, so here's put it in your cooler. And it was this giant bottle of beer, and it said serve at 50 degrees. And I went, I was like, dude, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I guess different temperatures bring out different flavors or something. I don't know.
Well, a lot of them, they say that, like a long time ago, you know, back whenever in the 1800s, they didn't store it, and they just dug a hole in the ground, and then your tap would run down into the ground a little bit. So it was, you know, well, what's the ground temperature? 60,
I don't
54, know. Something like that. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I think people say beer is supposed to be room temperature. A lot of people argue that, but I can't get around that. And then beer like this, like Heineken, my dad and me, we love it freezing, like almost to the point where it's about to freeze in the bottle.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Italian beers. I mean, this is good. This is good, or not Italian, but European. I like wheat, though. European wheat beers, like a German Hefty. I love Hefties, and you can't stand it. You remember I got you some of that Franciscaner, and you thought it tasted absolutely terrible.
It tasted like hot garbage.
Yeah. Salad, you said. I don't even know what the heck that is.
Well, I mean.
Or it didn't.
Whenever you had me try that, you know what I was drinking at the time and ordering? Bud Light.
Oh. Well, we're going to revisit some of those German wheat beers.
I think we need to, but to get that one, you gotta travel.
No, I got it from Cellar.
Did you really?
Yeah, they could get it from their provider at the time. It was when the previous owners had it. We're Cellar guys. We're talking about our hometown liquor store.
What am I thinking about that you can only get in some of the southern states? Is that Yingling?
Yingling.
Yeah.
Dude, Yingling's good.
I keep hearing it, but you can't find it here.
We might have to sometime run. Yeah, we might have to. I'm going to. No, I don't think they have it in Kansas City, but I'm going to Kansas City at the beginning of the month. I'll have to see if it's over there. If it is, I'll pick up a sixer and we'll do it for one of these episodes. But it's really good. Like Jed, my brother, he tears up the black and tan or something. I think it's black and tan. He just sucks that stuff down, and he's definitely a beer connoisseur. So
he likes that. He likes that PBR though. There's a lot of people that like that PBR. Dude, I can't stomach it.
In Charleston, you could get a 22-ounce can or 18-ounce can of that for like $1. I mean, there's this one bar in Charleston, South Carolina, Jean's Hofbrau. They just had just a shit ton of different beers you could buy, and they had ridiculously good deals like that. So these little hipsters would be trotting around in Jeans, this like 50s style bar, like the setup of it, 50 styles, 50s style. And they would, they would just be strutting around there with their mustaches and kind of like your flannel, have their little flannel on their mustaches and, drinking that shit. Although I didn't mind it, though. That's where it grew on me because it was $1. It was $1 for an 18-ounce.
Dude,
so
you can't. That's kind of like sore Peter there. You can't hardly beat it.
No, you can't touch it, dude. Can't touch it.
I don't mind this, though. It's pretty good.
It's going down, but I don't think it has a unique taste or anything like that. It's just a good quality European Pilsner type thing. Yeah.
I'm pretty glad we didn't go with the pumpkin beer.
Yeah, I don't. We'll pick up something random. I'm sure we'll run out of stuff, although we should do that now because it's there now.
Right. It won't be.
Yeah, so we probably should grab a sixer of that.
Yeah, it'll be there for another month anyway.
Will it?
It's October, so yeah, it won't go anywhere until mid-November probably.
Was that right? I don't know. I've never messed with it. I've never drank any of them, but I haven't really ventured out too much with beer. Not a whole lot. I mean,
I try not to. I don't know.
You know what you like? Stick with it.
Yeah. Here lately, I came back from Mexico, and I picked up on the Mexican beers pretty hard, and the only one I've ran into that I didn't like absolutely was the one from Aldi's that I got yesterday.
Mm-hmm. We should have brought that on here, dude. Let's just trash it. If it's terrible, dude, we're gonna tell them.
It's so bad.
Yeah, if it's terrible, we'll tell them. Stay away from this.
So
when
bad.
I saw your Snapchat story, I was like, definitely. That's immediately what went through my head. We should have brought that on here. And just, this is the first episode, guys. We're just randomly going to be sitting here shooting the shit, drinking a new beer every time. But yeah, when I saw you dumping that down the drain and everything, it's going to be fun to trash them and be honest about it.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be more fun for me because I'm such a hater.
Hey man, it might be more fun to get a bad one.
Yeah,
be sitting here kind of trying to stomach it, other than like this is enjoyable beer.
Yeah. I don't think it stands out from the other European Pilsner type things, but green bottle beers is what AJ just dubbed them. But it's good. Yeah, it's definitely drinkable. But I think there's American ones too that are like that, right? Like Rolling Rock and as far as green bottle beers.
Yeah. Rolling Rock, it tastes a lot like this. But
what the hell is the difference? Like, why? I wonder what gives it this distinct flavor.
Well, I'll tell you.
I'm listening.
From my understanding, and anybody watching this that knows different, please feel free to be a know-it-all in the comments, because that's awesome. But from my understanding, the color of the bottle does a lot to beer.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's something about the way the sunlight gets into the beer. It ferments it a different way. So your brown bottle beers, they taste different from your green bottle beers, and your green bottle beers taste different from your clear bottle beers.
Is that right?
And I think that's why I like the Mexican beer so much. Is just maybe it's just pure sunlight getting in there, and I don't know. There's something about it I like.
Yeah, but
there's probably more to it.
Yeah, I don't know
different hops and barleys and.
But to me, the Mexican beers taste similar, and like Dos Equis, for instance, is a green bottle beer, right?
Dos Equis, yes.
But it's still some Mexican beer, though.
It is. But Dos Equis, that's one of the ones that I drank it, but
Not a fan of it? When I was on the road, dude, I sucked those down.
Really?
I mean, when I drank beer, I was so fat at that time that I didn't want to, because the next day I was already struggling hard or bad enough in the 100-degree temperature. Texoma. I love the area, but I don't love the heat. But yeah, I was struggling so bad just to if I can make it to the end of the day, that I never drank that much. But when I did, I would drink Dos Equis. And I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, I hate we went down to Cancun, and that was what really.
Oh yeah, wore yourself out on it.
We had to drink it every day, and it was the same. It was just. I mean, I got so hammered on it the first night we got there. And then the next day, I was like, okay, let's try something different. And I tried going to some of the different little bars in there, and they're all like, no, this is what we got. It's all we got. And then I did a thing. I looked it up on the internet, I'm like, oh, this is all they have here. It's just Dos Equis. And then I looked at some of the other resorts, and I was like, man, they've got like 3 or 4 different beers to choose from. And I'm sitting here with like one. I'm like, oh, man. I'm sitting here trying not to be a whiner. I'm like, screw it. And then I started drinking some mixed drinks. But, yeah, I just wore myself
Really?
out.
You switched to mixed drinks? You got that tired of it?
I did.
That's wild.
No, I was drinking, what were those things with they're white and they're almost like a.
Pina colada?
Yeah, pina coladas. I was drinking those like they were water. They caught up to me that one day, though. Yeah.
Man, I've already finished mine. It's enjoyable enough beer. Again, what we're drinking here, everyone, is Peroni. Peroni something. I don't know. Peroni. It's Italian.
Here's your underpriced.
Yeah. Boy, high value. It opens it, though, damn it. 21 plus. We got a little warning on the bottle. Protect the environment, do not litter. That's interesting that they put those two together.
Hey, only trash litters, guys.
Only trash litters. What does it say on here?
Let's have one.
Oh, yeah? You ready to?
Yeah.
We're going to finish this sixer. We're only 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in.
Nah, it'd be all right. We were thirsty. It's early in the afternoon.
Yeah. What the hell does this say? I can't even pronounce this yet. Nastro Azzurro. Do they roll their R's? Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, wait. I don't know. Does Italian roll their R's? Somebody help us out in the comments. I don't know.
I gusta unico secco e rinfresca della Bria Premium Italiana Pia Barufo alla Mondo.
That sounded, yeah. I was following you. I think you nailed it. Yes.
Can I get your dollar store opener there?
Hey, easy. Bruh, Peroni. Is that the, I guess that's probably the Peroni? Birra Peroni? Burra Peroni? Is that the brewer?
Could be.
I don't know. Roma. Is that like the tomato? It says Roma.
Well, it isn't from Italy,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hell, where's Johnny at? Call Johnny up. Hey, Johnny, is that the same as a tomato?
I thought about you the other day, Johnny. Got a flat tire. Wop, 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 wop.
Those are them Dago, those Dago tires. Dago, wop, 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 wop.
If you guys haven't put it together, that's our Italian friend, Contratto. Way too many vowels.
That is enjoyable. Oh, yeah.
5.1.
Oh boy.
I guess we haven't mentioned that yet. 5.1.
5.1 alcohol content. That means you can't drink that like your garden variety,
I'll be damned.
Where your Cruises and your Bud Lights and your Bushes and your, all your lattes.
Yeah. The ingredients are water, barley, malt, Italian maize, and hops. Corn.
Italian maize.
So
yeah, it's corn.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Is that what gives it the distinct flavor, you think?
If
the corn?
They use maize to ferment it instead of wheat.
I don't know.
Somebody
let us know in the comments if you all know.
Hey, man. All we know is we're drinking it.
Yeah. we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
It tastes pretty dad burned good.
It's not even 12 ounces, though. It's 11.2.
Oh, what?
I know.
You sure it's Italian and not...
Bottle's kind of sexy.
Oh, yeah, it's slender. Oh, it is kind of an hourglass.
Yeah. It's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
Like, what up, girl? Peroni. How you doing, sister? Or C-store? I don't know.
No. Oh.
That might have been a SoCal thing there. Hey, C-store.
What do they say? Motobella or some shit? I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Motobella?
I'm making stuff up, I guess.
Here we go. Second one. I think it's going to be just as good. maybe a little better.
I'm already a quarter in.
So you definitely just as good.
I like it. It tastes almost exactly like Heineken.
It's good. What was it? I don't even know what I paid. I think it was $7.99 or $8.99 for the sixer.
It said $8.99.
$8.99. Was it? $8.99 for the sixer.
Which that's you know, they're a little high up there sometimes.
Are they? You know, I got the.
You can find you might be able to find it at the grocery store a little cheaper.
I got a case up there, and it was cheaper than. Well, I guess I was getting those cases at. There we go. Some of that carbonation out.
Oh yeah, you got to get it.
Bubbles.
You got to get it.
Yeah, I was getting a suitcase at the convenience store and for like $26 or something like that. It was like $5 cheaper up there. So, I mean, they're not ripping you off. I don't know if it's cheaper at the grocery store. I don't know how much beer I've ever bought at the grocery store, to tell you the truth.
I only started buying it because I started drinking Corona Light a lot, and they carry it at the local grocery store there in 12 packs. So I was always just going there. I stopped going to just get like freaking Casey's probably makes me angry more than anybody. Their beer selection's awful. If you're not looking for Bud Light, Coors Light, or Busch Light, you're SOL.
Dude, I can't even get my Coke Zero.
Really?
At the I won't throw which store under the bus, but
I think I know.
Yeah, man, I've told them like 3 or 4 times that there's no Coke Zero in the cooler, and every time I tell them, they just go back to the back and get me a Coke Zero. It's like, would you guys just make it, put it in the damn
that's hilarious.
cooler, take out all those 3 rows of Coke, regular Coke, and put a Coke Zero in there.
No way, man.
So I got a Mountain Dew Zero today. I'm not a fan. The Coke Zero I love. Can't do the Mountain Dew Zero.
You can't mess with the original recipe. Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what Coke is, though. I'm messing with the original recipe of Coke by getting the Coke Zero, but it's good.
I'm not a Coke. I'm not a big like cola fan.
Yeah, you're a Mountain Dew guy, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not so much anymore. I've been cutting back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
It's horrible for you.
Well, hell yeah, it's horrible for you. It's terrible for you.
It's the one thing that I drink, and like habit-wise, that is absolutely awful for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't smoke. I don't chew tobacco. So it's literally I just drink soda. That's the worst thing you can do. Almost. Yeah. Well, it's not the worst.
What do you think's worse? Well, there's all sorts of stuff that are worse.
Well, yeah.
But
I'm saying habit-wise, like cigarettes and like tobacco's awful.
Yeah.
You know, that's worse. But then to me, the next step down would be, I don't know, that. I mean, soda's bad, man. Soda's bad for you.
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, I don't want to get in. I want to keep this as light as possible. I don't even want to go into any of that stuff. But, yeah, I mean, it is. What it does to your blood sugar and everything's terrible. But anyway, pivoting off that shit. Nothing serious. Nothing serious. None of that. You got to rein me in on this podcast, too, if I start getting too serious.
Oh, I got you.
Rein me back in.
You're doing good. You're doing good, man. Puerto Rico.
I saw that on there as well. What the hell do you reckon that means?
I don't know. It says a lot of stuff on there.
CACRV and then Puerto Rico. OK plus. For our Okie friends, I'm guessing OK is...
There's Roma again.
What does that mean? IAVT, these are all the states. They give you 5 cents, and then 2 states give you 10 cents, and then CRV, Puerto Rico, OK plus.
10 cents.
10 cents, yeah, Michigan and Oregon.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man.
It's still good. Yeah, I like it.
I think it would pair well with a burger.
You think?
Oh.
I hate drinking and eating. I like drinking copious amounts and then eating, or eating a ton and then drinking, but I just don't like drinking and eating because it's that burp that
yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Before or after, I'm down for it, but not while.
Well, I found out that there's a couple of beers that go so well with certain foods that I can't. I always like it. Like pizza, if I'm eating pizza, oh man, a beer with pizza is so good. And then like if I'm just kind of munching on like something salty, any beer is good with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
But as I was sitting there, I'm making a liar out of myself because like when I was making fun of the cheese tray, I do like drinking when I'm sitting there eating a cheese tray. Yeah. Like a cheese salami and crackers, make little sandwiches. like Lunchables, and just tearing it up.
Or like Super Bowl food, like
Yeah.
the Rotel dip with the nachos and stuff like that. And then you got like a buffalo chicken dip. All that goes good with beer.
Yeah, you're totally right. I'm making a liar out of myself because all that stuff is. It must just be certain things that give me that distinct burp that I don't like.
It might be Roma tomatoes.
Yeah, Roma. What do y'all think? Let us know in the comments. Do you like drinking when you're eating when you're drinking, or before or after? What do you think? Or what food specifically give you that you just don't like eating or drinking with eating, or which food specifically you do like drinking and eating?
No, it looks like it's named after the guy that invented it here. His name's Junior Peroni. There's a signature at the bottom.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Of the label?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And the brewery, I noticed on the label here, it's brewed by Birra Peroni, SRL. I wonder if that's a limited liability company over there. Barilla, Rome, Italy. Yeah. So interesting. We got no clue what any of this means because it's referencing to...
I know it tastes good.
Mm-hmm. What do you give it? Out of 10, what are you giving it?
Out of 10?
We need to come up with like a scale too. What do these numbers mean, right? Like a 1 is I'm gonna pass it up even if it's offered to me free, and a 10 is like,
oh man,
I'm just drinking it because it tastes good. Like I enjoy the taste of it that much, regardless of setting or whatever. It just tastes good, and I enjoy it.
Dude, that's crazy because there's not too many things that I like beer wise that I'd be like, especially if I'm at somebody's place and I didn't bring anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like sitting there and they're like, oh, let's have a beer. And I'm like, oh, I didn't bring anything. And they're like, well, here, it could be almost anything, and I'm going to drink it.
What about that Aldi beer? You would?
Yeah. It was horrible, but I'd stomach one or two of them.
So what do you give that Aldi beer then?
That Aldi beer is a solid 3.
So you would drink it, just a couple of them. So that's we got you. Okay, we're getting a good idea of your scale then. If you would say you'd have a couple of them if it was offered to you for free, and that's a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this stuff then?
I'm gonna have to give this is probably a 7.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, as in I agree with 7.
There's not too many beers that I would give a 10. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if there is a beer that I would give a 10. I'm just going to drink it because I love the taste of it. Mm-hmm. Like there's no, what beer would that be? Maybe Francis Connor. I really, really like Francis Connor, man. That wheat beer.
Now, to me, the way I'm going to grade that is it's the beer that you would have in your refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And like say you're at work.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking about it all day. It's like all day long you're like, oh man, like I can't wait to get home and have that.
Yeah.
That's that number 10 to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you could pick anything up at the gas station on your way home, but if you have it sitting in your fridge and you bought it specifically,
I hear you.
And then like think about if you had one left.
I hear you.
And like, a dude came over to your house and was visiting with your buddy or something, and he opened the fridge up and was like, oh, and he snagged it open and opened it. And then you came home and you didn't have that beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
That's a 10 out of 10 to me. That's the beer that's like, it's almost like, man, I'm going home to that beer. That's my go home to beer.
Yeah.
Like it's the beer that you would almost be quote unquote married to, I guess.
Yeah.
To me.
They missed it. If the camera was on you, but never mind. Going back over to AJ.
No, I think that's that beer that, man, it's like candy to you. It's almost like you had like, oh man, I would drink this if I wasn't thirsty.
Yeah, you're articulating it a little bit differently, but that's kind of what I had in mind by giving a beer a 10. It's like you just like it, or candy or something like what you're saying. You just like it. You like the taste of it.
Do you have that beer?
I think Francis Connor is probably it for me.
Francis Connor.
I haven't had it in forever, but
I'm gonna have to have it again, I guess.
Yeah. I'll round up a 6-pack of that, and I'll have to round up a 6-pack of Yingling. Although for like East Coast viewers, it's not going to mean anything for us to look at Yingling because they have it all the time. Mm-hmm. It goes over to pretty much Mississippi, I believe. But if you get west of the Mississippi, I think that's where it cuts off because I know we can't get it. We're in Missouri, so yeah, on the west side. Well, obviously on the west side of the Mississippi. For you geography geniuses, I know, motherfuckers.
No. For me, it'd have to be there's a beer, and like I've been trying. When I started drinking it, there was a whole bunch of it, and I think that when I started drinking it, I was the only one buying it, and I drank it out so fast that then they haven't had it back.
You talking about the one up on the hill?
They had it on the hill, and they had it. It was in both bringers, and that was the only place I could find it.
What was the name of it again? Because I was drinking this with you, I believe.
It was Estrella Jalisco.
Oh, no, not the right one that I was thinking of anyway.
It's a Mexican beer, and it's got a star-looking thing on the cap, and it just hits. It just hits so good with It's got that little bit of skunk to it, and then just smooth.
Yeah. You got to be in the right mood for a little bit of skunk?
No.
It just tastes good all the time?
No. You see, your brother and I,
yeah,
we're in the same boat we'll be driving down the highway, and like most people, whenever they smell, there's
some noise going on here. If you guys can hear that, we're right above a
pawn shop,
essentially a pawn shop. Yeah, it's an old antique shop, but
antique-ish pawn shop.
Yeah, and we just heard a lot of stuff. That's why we caught our ears. We heard some commotion going on down there.
No, but like if we're driving down the highway and we smell a skunk, like both of us, we go,
oh yeah, he does do that shit. I've been in the car with him before, and we've passed a skunk, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know, it smells good to me nowadays." Like, dude, you're going to road trips, man. You gotta lay off that shit. Too much window time, motherfucker.
Too much window time. No, I love it too, man. There's something about it. It's kind of like not the exact smell of gasoline, but the smell of it going into your gas tank once in a while. You just get kind of like a little bit of a fume of it. Like it just smells kind of good. Like, it's like, oh, man, that smells kind of good. But then it's like too much. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
It's like, the skunk's the same way. If you're right up on a skunk, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But just going down the highway, just a little bit come through the vents, breathe it in, brother.
I don't know. Let us know below, guys. What do you think? You like smelling that skunk ass or what?
It's that stink sack, you know?
I'm not too much of a fan. I think I might be in the majority here, which is quite rare, but not a fan of the skunk smell. What are you thinking? Still good?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It might be jumping up to an 8, man. I don't know.
Really?
You get that third one.
Yeah, we got one more to go here.
Yeah.
What are we in? 27 minutes in? Yeah.
No, we're doing great. We're doing great. No, dude. Now, wouldn't it be funny if they legalized marijuana and then we could do both?
Sitting here and smoke?
We could try different strains.
I don't know if I want to smoke in here with my landlord being right below me.
I don't know, man. I was down there talking to him a little bit ago. I think he's all right with it.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not much of a smoker though, man.
Me neither. It doesn't sit with me well.
It gets me paranoid. Like I when I got out of the military, I asked people, a whole bunch of people that were partiers before they went into the military, which drugs I should use or try when I get out. And everybody told me to stay away from coke, so I've listened. I mean, everybody told me stay away from coke; it'll ruin your fucking life. So I've never fucked with coke. And honestly, the only drug I've ever done is weed. But they told me to try that, and every time I've tried it though, I got really, really paranoid. And then I tried doing it on my own. I bought some of my own only once in my life I've ever bought any, but I tried it and just smoking by myself. Got paranoid just the same, man. So I'm like, fuck this shit.
Really?
And I don't know what strain it was because this was, I was ignorant to that at that point.
No, everybody was, man. You got what you got from the guy. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But now, I guess indica strains are the ones that are supposed to make you chill and everything. So when actually I was in Illinois not too long ago, I should have bought some indica strain, and just to see. You
could have got some of those edibles. That's what they say a lot of people like to do, is so you don't have to smoke it in. You just ingest it with. They got the gummies. They've got the cookies. They've got the. They even got suckers.
Yeah, I might try to go get an indica strain of if they even do that. I don't know. I was with somebody else. They were the one buying it, but I didn't look into it too deeply. But I'll have to look at that, see if they do different. I'm sure they do.
That's one of those things for me. I just I tried it like young, and then every time I've tried it since then, last time I tried it was, I can't even remember when. It's been so damn long ago. It's just because the effect on me is it just makes me want to go to sleep. Like I laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, dude, I can't keep my eyes open. I'm done.
I think the last time I smoked was when we were hanging out with Nathan, Nasty Nate, baby.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
I broke that poor man's chair,
You
his
broke
grandmother's
his
chair,
his
great
grandmother's chair.
grandmother's chair.
You flattened it.
Was this random guy at a bar for nobody knows the story that's listening, but I remember it was wicked snowing. We were supposed to be going to a concert down in Columbia, like 60 miles away, and then it just started pouring down snow, just started dropping snow heavy, and we made it like 10 minutes outside of town. We had to turn around, come back. We go to the local bar, just start getting hammered. I mean, we got messed up. And meet this weirdo at the bar. Actually, I think that's the name of the other podcast. I named that clip "The Weirdo and the Drifter."
You did. The Drifter and the Weirdo.
Yeah, the Drifter was there too, right? And the Drifter and the Weirdo. And we're all sitting there getting drunk, and we're so hammered, they invite us to come over to one of their apartments, the Weirdo's apartment, and we decided to do it. And for some fucking reason, because we're so drunk, I assume. And we go over there, and I think the Weirdo is playing guitar, or what's he doing? What's the Drifter? The Drifter was doing something.
The Drifter, dude, I don't know, but he's like, oh, you guys want to smoke? And then that Brad guy said, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And that was after he got off the internet with his girlfriend.
Yeah, he had like a mail order bride thing going on or something like that from Australia. I remember she was pretty good looking though. Do you remember that?
I don't remember what she looked like.
Yeah, she was a good looking blonde. I remember that. That still sticks out all these years later.
I was honestly trying not to look too hard like at her because it just seemed like it was awkward.
Yeah, she was not happy that he had people in his apartment.
No.
Was not ready.
Nobody was supposed to know about this.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Like, you're trying to blow my cover that I'm trying to sell myself on the
interwebs?
Yeah. But anyway, we go over there and like knuckleheads, we smoke. I don't know who had the fucking weed, but we smoke out of a tin foil and something like that.
No. They made the old tin can.
Was it tin can?
Well, it was the soda can trick. Something I seen used a couple times.
Okay, I don't remember.
They dented the soda can in, and then they just perforated it, and then they put the on top of it, and then you. Pretty much, I think they might have even they got fancy with it, made a port, and they were like I was like, right? You guys are crazy. Like I remember, like, man, I ain't seen that since I was like 13, man.
I remember I took a hit off there, and then I broke that poor man's great grandmother's chair.
Oh man,
and
that was a good time.
It was one of those awesome random nights, right? You just
you can't plan it.
Yeah,
that's those things, man. Like people always say, like, oh, well, I mean, how do you have all these great stories? I was like, if you don't live your life, you're not going to have any good stories. Yeah. Because if you don't just decide, because that's something I'm finding out now, like a little later in life, it's like that doesn't happen anymore. But now hangovers hurt a lot worse than they used to. So it's like, man, I don't want to do that. But like I look back on it and I'm like, none of that would have happened if we just would have been like, well, this ain't really working out. We're going to head on home.
Yeah.
Like, no, we were just like, no, we here now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Yeah, I mean that. But speaking of hangovers, that was one of the worst hangovers I ever had that night.
The next day?
Yeah, and didn't I wake up? That was the night that I woke up and you're in your wife's bed.
Yeah, you're like foot of the dog like a puppy. Or foot of the bed like a dog. Foot of the dog like a puppy. Like, what the hell? But yeah, you're at the foot of the bed like a dog. Like, what the hell is going on down here?
I woke up to go pee. I was sleeping on your guys' couch. And then I woke up to go pee. And somehow on the way back from the bathroom, I made a left prematurely and ended up at the fucking foot of your bed with your wife. And,
hey, at least you didn't take the left before you went to the bathroom. Is all I got to say.
I would have went back there with homegirl and
no. I'm saying like before you peed and then you peed in the wrong room.
Yeah, but wasn't there's two other people back there, wasn't there?
Yeah, if you would have taken a left before you went to the bathroom, you would have been in there, and that was my daughter's room.
Mm-hmm.
And they were sleeping in their bed and her bed, and we were in ours. So if you would have went right or left, yeah, you would have been somebody's room. But I'm just saying you would have peed somewhere.
Yeah. It would have happened. I was so fucked up that night.
Oh, dude, how couldn't you have been? I mean, we drank the bar down, and then we ended up at Nasty Nate's house, and then I think we went back to my pad, and we had a couple more beers.
We might have, dude.
Oh, I know we did.
We were so fucked up,
dude. It was a good night. We've had a couple of those, man, where it's just awesome.
Yeah, on your porch. Remember the porch night with the Duttons?
Oh, man.
And Eric? I think Eric was there too, wasn't he?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, co-host on another one of my podcast or YouTube channels. He was there that night as well.
We were out there till 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Just yelling, being dumb. Have no idea how the cops didn't get called.
It's because I didn't know until we'd been living there for a little while that the 2 houses next to mine were rental houses, and apparently the other neighbors are just used to that kind of behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was one night I was leaving for work when I was a prison guard for 2 years. That was awful. But I went to leave for work one night, and I left for work at like 11 at night, and they were having a blowout party. And like I couldn't, my car was boxed in. And I was like, dude, I had to go in the party and be like, hey, and they thought I was a cop because I was in there. They're like, oh man, the cops are here.
Put the weed away, motherfucker. Hide the white women.
No. Hide the white women. Oh, what's that movie? Blazing Saddles.
Like, where's the white women at?
Where are the white women at?
Fucking Blazing Saddles. We're gonna get demonetized. Fuck it. Let the cuss words fly, baby. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter now. The cat's out of the bag. Old Peroni might not like us talking about his beer anyway.
He's gonna, they associated us with this. These Italian lefties are not going to be appreciative.
This is meant for horse riding and the Kentucky. You're supposed to be ingesting this at the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, good times.
Not in some random guy's apartment.
Yeah. Talking about smoking weed, hiding the white women.
Oh man, who doesn't love white women?
What are we on here? Number 3? It's still good, man. Number 3.
I love all women. All women are created equal.
Is that right? I disagree.
So
Some are fucking crazy.
Some.
You know, my dad, me and Dad always talk about that. He when I say that a chick is crazy, they'll be like, well, all the women are crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying this one is crazy, so you got to understand that there's a little something on top here. It's a little extra to play with, a little house money here, you know.
House money. No, dude, I've always had the saying that you like if you're looking into a relationship, if you're wanting to get in a relationship, they're all crazy. You just got to pick the one that you content with.
Yeah, I don't think they are crazy. I think it's just the fact that men and women are so damn different.
We are.
And
bless them. God bless them.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the difference is what makes it so fucking fun, but the difference is always what makes it so fucking frustrating.
I mean, I've been married for it's going on 5 years.
Yeah, but you guys have been together, essentially married for way longer than that.
Yeah, we've kind of grew up with each other.
Yeah.
Hell, we were with each other whenever I was 17 when I met her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't bumps along the way.
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, curvy road makes expert drivers.
Is that right?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think we got it figured out.
Right on.
I mean, how couldn't you?
I think it's pretty easy how you couldn't. You don't try.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, if you don't try, you're not going to figure it out.
There's quite a few examples of that, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could just about pull, what do they say? Something like half of marriages don't work out.
Oh, it's over half now.
Is it over half?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's comfortably over half.
That's pathetic. No wonder people are opening up these wedding venues left and right and charging freaking an arm and a leg to have their weddings there, man.
Yeah, because there's always going to be another wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know why.
Dude, did I tell you about this? I saw online there was a guy, and like it was a legit speech. Like he was standing up there, and it said before the thing, it said, so my brother had his second wedding, and he asked me to be the best man again. And then it went to the speech, and he was standing up on stage, and he said, "Welcome back, everyone." Oh, how messed up is that?
What a strip club I used to always go to in South Carolina. They, of course, they'd have bachelor parties in here. Mm-hmm. And the DJ used to always fuck around and say, "Hey, thanks for coming in tonight, bachelor party. We also host divorce parties. So in a couple years, we'll see you.
In a couple years, we'll see you." That's funny. Oh, there's a lot of that's a bigger women thing than it is a man thing, though.
Divorce?
Yeah, well, the divorce, like they go out and celebrate.
Well, I mean, divorces are
I got a divorce, bitches.
they're overwhelmingly initiated by women. Overwhelmingly, it's like 3/4 of divorces get initiated by the woman. And again, I mean, why would you not? You don't have anything to lose if you're a woman. What are you going to lose? You're going to take all of his money. I mean, you have nothing to lose to initiate the divorce. A man, of course,
It's fairly one-sided.
Oh yeah, I mean, family. We're getting no. Let's pivot off. We're getting too serious for this podcast. No.
Hey, with 3 beers in, that's what happens.
Is that right? Fine, let's roll with it. I mean, the divorce courts are just family courts are just so lopsided though for women. Then there's just there's very very little incentive for men to get married because of that. But hey, if you got the right one, you got the perfect match, then or one of the perfect matches. I don't necessarily believe in the one, but if you got the perfect match, one of the perfect matches, then do it.
Find your moon.
What?
Find your moon.
I don't know what that means.
No, it's just I guess that's kind of a personal thing for me.
Find your moon?
Find your moon.
I feel like your sister-in-law told you this.
She might have, man. It might have just stuck in the back of my head somewhere.
What's that angel's name? I forget. Or do you not want to say it?
I'm going to call her Rosebud.
Rosebud. There's actually a up-and-coming comedian named Rosebud Parker.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She's all right, but Rosebud Parker is her name. But anyway, go ahead.
No, so to me, you find your sun or a moon, and the moon, its job is to pull, and then the sun is kind of a push. It's a tide thing, like the tidal. Yeah. And then like yin and yang, the sun and the moon are yin and both yin and yang.
Yeah.
So, like to me, a woman's the moon and the man is the sun. It can go both ways though. It just kind of depends on the personalities. But
right on.
I don't know. That's a little deep.
Yeah, it is a bit deep.
Fuck you, Peroni.
I wonder. Do you think relationships work out better if people are just the same, or is there differences that complement one another? That's because the reason that I'm thinking about this is people from the outside often say two people aren't meant for one another because they're so different. But then, like, isn't it opposites that attract? Like complementary personality traits and all this other stuff that make two people work together well is what it seems like to me.
It is.
You sure you want to talk about this?
No.
Process this before you spit this out. You have
Yeah.
other considerations before we're talking about stuff like this.
Well, there's a fine line to me, and you got to walk that line. And so, shit. So to me, I have completely forgotten what you just said.
Yeah, don't talk about this if you don't want to.
No, I do want to, but
Okay.
I completely forgot what you just fucking
Are you
said.
sure everybody that needs to be considered is okay with you talking about this?
Yeah.
So the question again was...
Like they're going to hear it anyway.
They're going to hear what?
Like they're going to hear this anyway.
Sure they will.
Oh,
I'm talking about the wifey.
oh, she don't care.
Okay. The question was how much... Well, I'll simplify it to get it more concise here. How much truth do you think there is to opposites attract?
Okay. Opposites attract. They do. But at the same time, I feel like you have to... Okay, the fine line thing. Yeah, I feel like at the same time, you have to have things in common.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You have to have commonalities.
Mm-hmm.
And I think where a lot of people fall out is that those same things become different things over time. Because people change over time.
Oh, that's truism.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I used to freaking swear up and down that I hated country music, and now I'm I love it. But anyway,
just a small example. But yeah, sure.
A very small example, but people change. People change all day long. They change every day, and they change. And you walk down that line, and this person might be veering off and taking an exit here, and the other person is staying on that highway.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I don't really understand. I thought that, we liked this. And then the other person says, well, no, I'm not really.
Yeah, that's...
And then that turns into something else, and then that turns into something else, and then that turns into something else. It's a blossoming tree of awfulness. What that is.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why at this point, or that's why one of the reasons why. There's been all sorts of reasons why. But that's one of the reasons why I've shied away from serious long-term relationships at this point, up to this point in my life, because people say people don't change, but that is the absolute opposite of the truth. The truth is people are changing constantly, and my belief is that it depends greatly on past experiences in life. So, and then people always say, well, you change with that other person, right? You grow with that other person. But the growth depends on your past experiences. Those past experiences you don't have shared with this other person. So it seems like a fool's errand to make a lifelong commitment to somebody who's going to be changing, and you know 100% they're going to be changing, but you don't know 100% they're going to be changing in ways that are going to continue to make you all or preserve the compatibility. It could be the exact opposite of that, like what you're saying. You have different interests all of a sudden because people just change naturally and all the time. So what about preserving it? Can you think it's possible to preserve it? Or do you think it's just is what it is? You're going to change in your own way, and you're just hoping that you're going to be changing in the same way, or that preserves the compatibility?
I feel like I know it's a definite possibility.
That
And
what? That
you can weather the changing storm.
Okay.
Okay, because I mean, my wife and we're living proof. I've got some couple other friends, they're living proof. Like, you went through a little bit, and like you've both on opposite sides are guilty of some some shit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you step back and you say, who can I see myself with 10 years from now?
Yeah.
And to me, the answer always comes up the same. And it's just an equation that you got to be able to do. And I think a lot of people, they have a problem with being able to do that equation and being able to realistically take away bullshit, which to me is small shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Small shit in a bigger picture. So if you can't take the trash out, you can't live your life.
Yeah.
Like, people, that's where people fall apart, is they're sitting there and they're like, oh, well, I'm walking down this line, and the other person takes the exit. You're not taking the exit with them and giving that a chance.
Yeah.
They just stay on that line. Like, no, fuck you.
Mm.
That's where that is.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm staying here. I'm not taking that exit. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, though.
Yeah, and kind of jumping back there to opposites attract, like you and your wife, big macro trait where you guys are different as far as extroversion and introversion.
Oh, yes.
You guys are completely different, in my opinion, and maybe not completely. I'm being overly dramatic there, but
We've got things in common. A lot of things in common.
well, yeah,
though.
but I'm just saying that's one macro trait, social ability or social, yeah, how social you guys are. You guys are very, very different when it comes to how social you are. She's way more of an introvert than you are.
Well, let me lean into where I came from with the sun and moon. You
Okay,
see,
I'm listening.
for me and her, you see, I am her son because I'm pushing, and I'm pushing her out into society. I kind of like, dude, if any point in time, like we had something coming up, an event, anytime, she's an introvert, and all introverts are the same way. They don't want to go do it. They say they want to do it. It comes time to go do it. They say, I'd rather stay home.
Yeah.
So if I said, hey, let's blow it off, let's tell them we had diarrhea and stay home, she'd be like, I'm all over it. Let's do this.
Yeah, fiery asshole.
But at the same time, she's my moon. She pulls me in. She keeps me weighed down, which just gives me that sense of just
Way down's the wrong phrase.
It is a wrong phrase.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
but we understand.
Grounded. She keeps me grounded.
Yeah. Keeps you from getting too far out there.
Yeah. Essentially, like I'm an extrovert to the max, man. I'm ready to go. Especially, if it's a good thing we're only doing sixers, because if it was a 12er, I'd get the six is like my what's that country song? If I have one, I've had 13, and you can't get me off the karaoke machine. That's pretty much me, man. Once it gets started to that point, it's like, oh, you already turned the engine on, baby. We're rolling.
Yeah.
And she's got that ability to even when I've done that, she's like, hey, she'll tell me something like, hey, kids are going to be up in like 4 hours, probably ought to roll it in. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because my mind doesn't even think about that. Like in my mind, it's like, I don't care.
Yeah. See, in my mind, that's where the opposites are. The saying "opposites attract" comes from, because a complementary to what can very easily become your weakness, having somebody else reining you back in. And this is just one example, but I mean, I think it's a really good example because it's a macro trait. But yeah, I think that's where the opposite attract things come from. Like if you, yeah, like two people who are very extroverted would be staying up all night, and then somebody got to wake up and be miserable with the children, and then the children, we got this one parent that's hungover, dealing with them, probably not being the best parent in that moment because they're angry, or they're angry or they're quick triggered because they're hungover and they feel miserable and they're pissed off at their spouse because their spouse is laying in bed, and yeah, something like that. But anyway,
yeah, it's very much relationship's just a team thing, man. Like if you can't,
I just said that not that long ago. Actually, I think I was talking to your wife and I said, "What's best for the team?" I think that's what I said.
Yeah.
Me and his wife, by the friend, are close friends as well, so it's not anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, we're family. We're family setting here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. AJ is my cousin, by the way. We're cousins. We're just kind of flying off the cuff here because we. This is going to be episode 1, but yeah, me and AJ are cousins. We drink beer. That's where the idea for the podcast came from. We got a sixer.
Yeah, we'll have a name later, but I like this. This is fun.
Let's think about this for the next 9 minutes. We're only doing an hour. I'm capping this shit at an hour.
Cool.
We got 9 minutes left for the hour. Let's try to come up with a name for a few minutes, and then the last few minutes we'll give an overall review, and I'll edit it and put that on the front of it, of the review. Yeah. Because I think that's how we're going to label it, like review of however the hell you say this shit.
Peroni.
Yeah, and we'll do the review of the last few minutes, and then we'll tack on. We'll edit it, put it on the front of the video, and then let anybody watch this shit that wants to, all the way through.
Would you just shit if it wasn't Peroni? Like if it was just something weird, like Stella Artois. I was like, when I first started drinking that, I was going into the bar and like they'd have it, and I'd be like, yeah, give me some of that Stella Artios. And then like one guy, and he was the kind of guy you're talking about with the man bun and the tight pants. He said, it's Artois, and I was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I do believe that's what I said. But yeah, dude. No, man, I don't know.
What are we gonna name this, man? Let's think about this. You guys in the comments, let us know if you don't like the name that we label this. You guys can tell us, no, that's a terrible name. How about two babbling idiots? Two babbling idiots in a 6-pack.
BabblingIdiots.com.
Yeah.
We're coming out with a T-shirt next week. It's called Green Bottles.
What? Green bottle, brown bottle, who gives a shit? Let us know in the comments if you get that reference.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Dude. I don't know. Like we should call the show. Dang, we're already out of beer.
Yeah. What, is that what we should name it?
I don't know.
Dang, we're hard.
Out of beer already?
I don't know. It's got to be a name that clearly shows what this channel's about. Random talks and 6 beers.
Beers in a chat.
6 beers in a chat.
6 beers in a chat.
We
might have.
We might have just figured this out.
We might have just ballparked that.
6 beers in a chat. That means we got to finish all 6 beers. What if we get one of those Mexican Aldi beers and we're sitting down here choking down the last 4?
That might make it really funny because we'll be trying to have a conversation and like every drink you're like, oh, God. Or one of those nasty pumpkin beers. Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if I can fuck with that, honestly, because the diet that I'm on, I don't know.
It might have too much sugar.
Yeah, it might have too much sugar for me.
Yeah.
We might skip that because I'm not ready to break ketosis yet.
I'm fine with skipping that because I already know it's going to be horrible.
Yeah, let's skip that.
Everybody I've talked to, and they drink about the same. They like the same shit as me, and they said, dude, a buddy of mine come over and he had a 6er of that pumpkin shit. It's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I like 6 beers in a chat. I mean, it's kind of a play on. The reason it's kind of a play is because I have another channel, Two Friends in a Chat. I'll link that somewhere here.
Well, if this isn't a spinoff of that, I don't know what is. So
I don't think it's a spinoff of it at all.
you don't think it's a spinoff?
I mean, it's a spinoff in the way that you've been a guest over there a couple times, but 3 times, 4 times. I don't know how many.
I guess.
Spinoff like that, but I mean, this is probably going to shape up. Yeah, this is going to be much more lighthearted than and easygoing. Although we did get a little serious there.
We got a little deep.
But in general, we're having much more jovial conversation over here than Two Friends is. I just like the serious stuff too much.
Fucking Peroni.
Yeah. All right, we got 5 minutes left. We're going to put this on the front. This is the beer once again, guys, that we're messing with. Peroni something, something, something. It's Italiano.
Peroni Nastro Azzurro.
Yeah. From Junior Peroni.
J-Dub.
JP, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm feeling great. It's 5 point something.
It is. It's 5.1. We're a 6-pack in, 3 and 3 here. We both like it. What's your 1 out of 10, AJ? What's yours?
I was at a 7 when we started. I'm gonna give it an 8. I like this.
Yeah, I enjoy it as well. It tastes similar to a lot of those European beers, green bottle European beers like Heineken and stuff. It's good. It's definitely. I wouldn't turn one down if anybody ever offered me one in the future. I like the bottle. Kind of got this hourglass thing going on. It's real sexy. Can imagine it being bent over. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna go with I'll go with a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I'm a little harder to please. I don't know. No, I'll go with a 7. I'll go with a 7. You go with an 8?
I'm going with an 8.
Yeah.
That's to me picking that up in there. That's gonna be hard to beat. Just picking that up. Like at the next one that we get, I'm probably not gonna like. So
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We did just pick this up randomly. I guess we can mention that too. We just picked it up randomly. Went to the liquor store here in our hometown and picked up a random 6er.
Went down to the liquor store.
Yeah. I don't know. We didn't pick this up for any specific reason. We just said whatever one, and then we went after. You said no on the pumpkin.
We walked in there, and I said, he said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Not pumpkin."
Yeah. So this was the first one we saw that wasn't pumpkin, and we grabbed it. And
it's a good green bottle beer.
Yeah, this is going to be, if you guys watch all the way to the end here, this is the end. We're going to chop this though and put this in the beginning. So if this is the beginning of the video you're watching, of course it's going to be because this is the first part you're clicking on, but there's a whole 50 minutes after this. But once again, this is Peroni something, something, something. It's an Italian beer. It's good. I give it a 7 out of 10. AJ gives it a. Let them know, AJ. What do you give it again?
I'm giving it an 8. It's a Peroni. Mwah, you know?
Yeah. Uno más.
Uno más.
Uno más, por favor.
Whatever the.
All righty, guys. If you're at the end of the video, thanks for watching. AJ, you got any comments? Any say goodbyes or anything like that?
What do they say? Buongiorno.
Yeah, buongiorno, motherfucker. This was fun. We got another 50 minutes if you're at the beginning of the video. 55 minutes, something like that. Watch it. We had a good time. Cut it up. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. AJ, say goodbye.
Hey, we'll be seeing you.